Hi everyone, this is Jason Thelwell on 102 and 97.1. Hits and memories across Barnsley, Penistone and... No, that's the wrong radio station from a long time ago. But I'm really delighted to be here on Barnsley Essentials to bring you Red Essentials. And coming up in the next 5 minutes, we're going to be joined by former Barnsley Barnsley boss Paul Heckingbottom. Hecky will be here with us. But first of all, let's just talk about the brand new season coming up. Plymouth Argyle is our first match. That's a hell of a trek, isn't it, for match day one? But get it out of the way, get ourselves down to the south coast and bring 3 points back. A lot of changes, 5 signings so far, 5 brand new signings. And I know as Barnsley fans, we all want to see 10, 15, but hey, we'll settle for 5. Some really good signings. David McGoldrick as well. You remember David McGoldrick from the dizzy heights of Sheffield United and Nottingham Forest and Derby County. 37 years old. Can he still crack it? Well, we'll soon find out, but he's certainly banging in the goals pre-season for us anyway. David McGoldrick, a real good signing for us. Murphy Cooper, great stopper, great goalkeeper. He's on loan. Had a brilliant season with Stevenage last season as well, so we're looking forward to seeing him. And the one that I'm looking forward to see is Reyes Cleary. Reyes is going to be awesome. Tell us what you think about the new signings in those boxes down here. It's all on Barnsley Essentials. Don't forget to join in. Drop us a message in these here little boxes down below me. Now, we touched earlier about the summer signings that Conor Hourihane has made. We made 5. Yeah, we want 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But who would you want to sign? Who would you like to see don that red shirt come Plymouth Argyle on Saturday? Then let us know, Jason at barnsleyessentials.co.uk. We could really have sort of 10 or 15. I know that's dreamland, but equally it could be a lot worse. We could be Sheffield Wednesday. Plymouth Argyle then, the first match coming up on the 2nd of August, this coming Saturday. It's a long road south for the Reds, but I'm sure we're all ready for it. We've missed the football, haven't we, this summer? And it is going to be quite a game as well. Plymouth Argyle relegated from the Championship last season. They're going to want to bounce straight back. We, of course, want to do much better than we did last season. Mid-table finish is no good for us. We've got to be pushing for top 6, if not promotion. So tell me what you think. Tell me about the score. Who do you think is going to score? What's the score going to be? Again, in those comments down below this podcast, or email Jason at barnsleyessentials.co.uk. I'm absolutely delighted to say that we joined for this very first special podcast episode of Red Essentials with the one and only former Barnsley boss, Paul Heckingbottom. Hecky, how are you?
Yeah, good, Jason. All right, thanks, mate. Are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Either you've been away or there's some great sunbed tan shops in Preston.
You know what? We've just got back from Valencia, so we were there last week. I'm lucky, and my job's outside anyway. So this time of year, you've always got a tan. It's permanent.
Let's talk about Barnsley FC. So, not the kind of season we wanted last season, finished mid-table. I think with the squad that Connor's getting together now, in your opinion, it looks to me as though the squad is stronger than last season. So we should be heading for certainly top 6 at least.
Yeah, listen, it's another hard league. It's a hard league. I felt that Connor took on a job at a tough time because I felt like the Barnsley squad over the last few years from when Michael Duff had it, Collins, Darryl Clark, then to Connor, I felt like it had got weaker each year. Do you know what I mean? But yet the expectation was still that Barnsley we should be competing for promotion. So I felt it was a harder job when Collins had it than it was when Duff had it. I felt it was harder again when Darryl had it than the previous year, and then Connor took over. But yeah, I hope Connor's been able to start to put his imprint, if you like, on the team. Because yeah, I wish him well. You know what I think of Connor, and you know how close I am with Connor. So yeah, I really want him to do well, not just because I'm a Barnsley fan, but for Connor as well. I think the signing of David McGoldrick, someone who I know well is fantastic. Not just because he's a top player at that level, but also his personality and everything. I'm sure Connor will lean on him. He'll be brilliant in the dressing room and he'll be brilliant on the pitch.
And just talking about David McGoldrick as well, at 37, a lot of eyebrows were raised when Connor signed him, but age is just a number, isn't it? Because certainly in pre-season, he looks the finished article at 37 years old.
If you're not finished at 37, then you're never going to be a finished article, eh? No, it is great. I think the Barnsley fans will love him. Like I said, not just because of his quality, but how he plays the game, what he does in the final third. I think Barnsley would have been, you know, if they'd have had him in the team in those previous seasons, what I've been speaking about, Yeah, 100%. I would think that have gone up in one of those seasons. That's how much I think of him. He's just been getting stronger and stronger.
What about Connor then? It's obviously you know Connor very well. You know the kind of attributes that he brings to the job. I think what I've seen of Connor since he took over from Darrell Clark is meticulous in everything he does. He's focused. He's polished. He wants the best out of players, and I guess these are the attributes that you need to be a successful manager.
Yeah, Connor got the best out of himself as a player, and he'll do the same coaching, managing. I think if you asked him, it's probably the job probably come earlier than he thought it would, being able to manage. But like I said to Connor, any other my friends, people who I know in the game, it's hard to say no. You get the opportunity. I think you have to go for it, and then you'll always be a better person, coach, manager for whatever experiences you get. So I think it's hard to say no. Even harder for Connor to say no to Barnsley, a team that he really has got a lot of affection for. And I think the other thing that I know a lot about Connor is in the last 2 years he was playing, he was coaching as well. I think his time at Derby, captain at Derby, helped him get a promotion back into the Championship. But at the same time, he was coaching down at Villa, one of the academy teams, and Barnsley. So he's not come into it just straight from the pitch. He's actually been practicing coaching. Then he got to work with the first team, and he got to know the players and a little bit about the club and how it works. So yeah, he's bright, Connor, and he'll have taken a lot from that, and he'll have gone into the job with his eyes wide open, and that'll have helped him this sort of close season with his recruitment and things like that.
Absolutely. Well, top man Hecky, listen, great to see you, and you take care. We'll catch up soon.
See you, Jason. Thanks,
Cheers,
mate.
Bye bye. And a big thanks to Eki, our guest today. Of course, we wanted a Barnsley legend on, but they were all busy. So I rang Hecky and he went, yeah, not a problem. So bless him. A big thank you to Hecky for doing that. Right now, your chance to win on Spot the Ball. All right. If you've got the balls to do it, you remember Spot the Ball. You might not remember Spot the Ball, but your mum and dad or your granddad certainly will. Nobody ever won in the paper. Nobody could ever spot where the ball was. I'm sure they tried to pull the wool over our eyes. But this one is dead easy. You can see the graphic on screen. All you need to do is to pick the square. Where do you think the ball is? Is it A1, B2, C3? You tell us. Comment in the bottom on the podcast, or equally, you can email jason@barnsleyessentials.co.uk, and your chance to win yourself a couple of tickets to go and see the Reds in action. Right, we'll have another guest in the next edition of Red Essentials, but of course, as always, we want to hear from you. Drop me an email, jason@barnsleyessentials.co.uk.